Hello, everybody. Just reconvening after our little 10-minute break. Everyone got a chance, hopefully, to grab a snack and to refresh their coffees and their tea. We're moving on to our third topic area. I like to pause a little bit as I'm speaking because I know everyone's running back to their computer. And I want to start our next conversation before I have a good sense that everyone's back. So do raise your hand if you're not back. If you are back, all right, Patrick's not back yet. Good thing people are out there. I'm glad, Patrick, you're listening. Thanks. Okay, everybody, let's jump into our next agenda item. I see Evans is here. Everyone's here. Everyone's ready to jump into our conversation. Our next topic is transboundary governance. And I think Diane kind of gave us a nice segue, a nice TV virtual segue to our next conversation, which is transboundary governance. And we'll go to Lorraine to speak a little bit to what happened so far in 2019 and the conversation up to date. And then we'll move into our video and our discussion topic. So Lorraine, all yours.
Okay, this discussion, transboundary governance or decision-making with provinces and territories to protect and manage source water. First Nations jurisdiction is a complex and contested matter. The Crown claims jurisdiction over water, and the Constitution has distributed jurisdiction to provinces and territories. Many First Nations resist this arrangement, including preservation of Aboriginal and treaty rights. It is clear that jurisdiction to protect sources of water, which are often located off reserve, where provinces and territories have extensive jurisdiction, is critical. This is critical, and the protection of sources of water is a core component of a multi-barrier approach to water infrastructure. Therefore, First Nations must come to some kind of legal or functional arrangement with other orders of government. So in 2019, also in the engagements, the option that was not favored amongst the discussions was don't acknowledge First Nations jurisdiction in the legislation. There was one that was somewhat favored, the option of confirm that the legislation supports First Nations exercising their jurisdiction and protection off reserve source water through agreements made with other Crown governments. And the most favored option set out First Nations jurisdiction to protect source waters off reserve. Next slide, please. So in the next slide, we have another subject matter expert, Teresa McClanahan, to offer some of advice on your transboundary governance discussions.
And maybe we should introduce our question here. For discussion, the new legislation should clearly set out First Nations jurisdiction to protect source water off reserve. And Teresa's going to speak a little bit to that. And maybe we need also have some context here because obviously, you know, the reserve system is very limited in the NWT. And the other one is that there was something else I was thinking about. Because it did speak a little bit in the pretext or pre-conversation around you talk about provincial and territorial jurisdiction, so there will be a little bit difference there in terms of what the territorial jurisdiction versus the provincial jurisdictions. So let's listen. Maybe the video will answer all those questions for us, Lauren. So let's see what the video has to say.
My name is Teresa McClanahan, and I'm with the Canadian Environmental Law Association, where I'm a lawyer and the executive director. CELA, my organization, is an Ontario legal aid specialty clinic, and one of the things we work on is water law, and quite a few of the law reform types of issues we work on include protecting drinking water. For example, we protected the concerned Walkerton citizens when they were contending with a tragedy in that community.